G'day! In today's video, I've just finished a build with a Thermaltake S200 TG ARGB. And this particular case is a relatively cheaper one out there. And I thought I'd do a build in it just to see what it was like. And these are my overall thoughts. So to begin with, we have mesh up the front here, as you can see. So plenty of air will pass through there. And it does contain 3 ARGB fans. Sadly though, there's no controller for them. So right now I've just got it hooked up to an in-wing ARGB fan controller, and that is just currently set to green. So I've been able to rotate all the different colours. We do have relatively cheap thumb screws on here, ones you see on pretty much budget cases, so nothing special at all. They come out quite nice and easily. Put the camera down. Operate simply as thumb screws, very straightforward. Glass slides off. Do have a little bit of foam on the inside of the glass here, on the top and the bottom. The side we'll have a look a bit further. This also comes off. These do have to be individually pushed out, so they're not just sitting there and screwed in. Screws are already pre-put in here as well. Looking inside, I think we may be able to fit a 360 rad in there. It'd be fairly tight, but I reckon that should be possible in that space. If not, a 240mm would probably fit. Same with up high. Plenty of space up high there as well. Plenty of space above the board to feed through the various cables that are required. And a little bit of space on the sides. And down the bottom, so a full ATX board. This is an older Z370 board with a 9700K installed. Also at the back, there is no optional 140 or 120mm fan already pre-installed. We do only have the fans at the front. And then of course with most cases nowadays, this is just magnetised. That one sticks on there. If I tilt the computer up, we'll see 2 more things. We have fan or dust protector over there, and we do have the spot over here to slot in the hard drives, which can go into 2 different spots. So we'll end up living down here. Right now I've got nothing in there. And what the cage looks like itself, pretty much this one here. Sadly, it's only 1 high, so you won't be able to fit 2 drives in there. If you get a bit creative, you could probably put a couple of SSDs, maybe even 3, one on the top, one inside there. But that just pushes in to these grooves here, and it does contain 2 thumb screws here and here. If you go around the back of the machine, thin and light, coated on both sides. And from here, we can install 2 more 2.5-inch SSDs, or hard drives if you prefer. One thing I found is that it does have a 4-to-1 fan hub. So I've got 1, 2, 3 that are already pre-connected, a 4th here, and then I've got that going off to the main board. Do have the ARGB headers here from the fans, just daisy chained. So starting here, 1, 2, 3, and we're connecting up to the in-wing adapter, which is connected to a SATA port. So you can do all your usual fan effects there. One thing that I was slightly disappointed with is we won't be able to pass through cables through here if need be. Also, these various bits to cable tie to along the outside are all here. One up the top, but I didn't spot any in the useful spot along here. So there's no real way to mount your 24-pin cable along here. You do have one down the bottom, one up the top, but nothing around the middle here. So that is a bit disappointing that it doesn't have a few more options to it. Also, if we look at the I/O at the top, we have two USB 3s going to a USB 3 header, audio, power, or restart and power. It's all fairly standard. And looking up the top, we have power, restart, USB 3 header, or USB 3 ports connected to the single USB 3 header on the other side of the board. With the audio there. So pretty standard up the top. So overall, a very simple case. Very few frills to it apart from the ARGB fans, which you do require your own controller for. Granted, this board did not support onboard ARGB, so that's why I did have to use a third-party one. But for the price of it, they seem to be decent value, decent airflow. I'm very happy with this being all mesh along the front here, as opposed to glass or plastic, so at least it can breathe and duct it straight through if you do install a couple of optional fans on this machine. That'll do for today, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.